absolutely unacceptable. I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. Absolutely unacceptable. Why is he so late? It is 50 minutes until deadline. And he's only just turning up now. This is terrible. I can only apologise, chaps. I can only apologise. It's not good enough, is it? It's not good enough. I can't lie to you guys. I may have gone out last night. Yeah. A friend's birthday last night. And, yeah, a bit of a heavy one. Bit of a heavy one. I got a bit overexcited because it's a late deadline today. Like it's very rare as a FPL content creator and morning streamer that that you get a later deadline and can I suppose you can enjoy your Friday night. So I might be a bit hungover. I might still be drunk, to be honest. I have no idea. The shots were flying around. It was a good night, though. It was a good night. But we are here. You know, we do still turn up to work despite the hangover. If I worked a normal office job, I probably would be calling in sick right about now. But no, we are here. We are here. We are here. So yes, drunk deadline, what can go wrong? No, to be fair, I was very, very careful. Very careful to make my transfers before I went out last night, just in case something went horribly wrong today. But no, I'm locked in. I'm pretty sure I'm locked in. Pending any last minute team news, I think I'm locked in. This is what we're looking at right now. This is what we're looking. What did I drink? What didn't I drink? I should. It's the real question. Oh, lads. Yeah, no. All right, let's get started. It is the double game week time, which is exciting. So many games kicking off at 3 UK time today. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm ready to go. We've got a couple of super chats. Let's have a look at these. Scott says, "Hi Dan, Elanga to Sarr, Kelleher to Martinez for a -4. I think if you're on a bench boost, then maybe Kelleher to Martinez makes sense. I'm not sure I like Elanga to Sarr though. I quite like Elanga for this game week. Should be good to start. It's a nice fixture against Spurs as well. So, yeah, I think I would be looking to keep Elanga this week. And we've got another one from Jordan, Talks FPL, says, love the City shirt in the background. The City shirt in the background? It's an Arsenal shirt, mate. Oh, the Bristol City shirt. Yes, we've got the Bristol City shirt over there. It's a dazzler. It's an absolute dazzler. It's nice. We love it. We love it indeed. But yeah, thank you very much for the super chats, guys. Where do we start? I think we start with a poll. I want to see where you guys are at, because we did a poll on Monday when we streamed, and it seemed like Marmouche was heavily the favourite captain, but I want to have a look to see where your guys' heads are at right now. So I'm going to put in the chat, who is your Game Week 33 captain? And we're going to put the options as Saka, Marmouche. I'm going to put De Bruyne in there as well. I know some people have transferred in De Bruyne, or maybe thinking about it, pending team news. That's going in now. So make sure you guys answer the poll in the chat so we can see where you guys are at. Duncan says, "How are we doing, mate? A bit hungover, maybe still drunk." Apparently, according to my wife, I sleepwalked last night and sleep spoke, which I don't think I've ever done before in my life. So I'm a bit creeped out by that, actually, if I'm totally honest. Apparently, I walked over to the wardrobe and just stood there for 2 minutes. And she was trying to communicate with me. And I was just giving really strange and bizarre answers. So that's really freaked me out. It's not something I think I've done before. But apparently, I'm a sleepwalker and a sleep talker. For all I know, I could be a sleep streamer right now. Like, I don't know. I feel so much lack of control over my own body at this point, having done that. Yeah, no, don't worry. I checked to make sure I didn't wee in the wardrobe, because there was some suspicion this morning that I may have done that. I may have thought that the wardrobe was a lavatory. We're all good on that part. Don't worry. But like, I could be sleep streaming right now. I have no control over my own body and mouth apparently anymore. So yeah, this could be a sleep stream. I wouldn't know. Maybe I'll wake up in an hour's time or something like that, and I'll check to see. Oh, did I do a stream today? I will watch back this stream and be like, I don't remember streaming today. I don't think I streamed. How did I do a whole stream? So maybe that'll happen, but we'll see. We'll see. We've got another super chat here for FPL who says Foden and Livramento to KDB and Bradley Konate other versus Bowen and Diaz. I'm 200k, want to be a bit aggressive. Target is 50k. Well, good luck with that, my friend. I think if you want to play aggressive, then De Bruyne is a very, very good way of going about that. I think everyone buying De Bruyne probably understands that there is some risk there, certainly over the longer term. If I was going for KDB, though, I don't think I'd go for Connor Bradley as well, because you get the impression that both of those players are transfers out waiting to happen, and I think it would be nice to maybe have at least one slightly more secure player like Konate. So a De Bruyne and Konate looks pretty good to me if you want to play aggressively. Bowen and Diaz, don't get me wrong, I do like that as well, but if we're talking about maximising our attacking players on the double game week, then De Bruyne is a very good way of doing that, and obviously he could do very, very well. He could do very, very well in the in maybe a cagier game against Everton. You feel like De Bruyne would be the kind of guy to unlock that kind of defense. It's no surprise that De Bruyne is very popular this week. HBK Neil says Isak to Mateta or Trippier to Timber. I'm not sure I would do the Isak move to Mateta. I mean, Mateta, by the way, we have got the news that wait, my ticker's from last week, isn't it? Oh well. Let's fix this while I answer this. Yeah, I don't think Mateta, even though Mateta is going to start, I don't think we can guarantee his minutes. Kind of, hang on. I don't think we can guarantee his minutes up to, the 60-minute mark, which has been a bit of an issue with him recently. And Isak's in such good form. I like Isak against Aston Villa. I don't think he's anywhere near a must-sell. As for Trippier to Timber, it's difficult. I think would I rather go for Kivior over Timber? A lot of Arsenal fans are, and I am an Arsenal fan, by the way, a lot of Arsenal fans are predicting Ben White to actually start this first game. So I would be very cautious on Jurrien Timber. So yeah, I'm not sure I love either of those transfers, to be honest, my friend. Sean says, so tempted to captain Salah with Saka mins in question. Yeah, and I can definitely understand that. I would say that Saka is perhaps in better form than Salah right now. And if you put their minutes around even, well, to be fair, that's harsh on Saka. Saka's going to play more minutes than Salah this week, surely. We're probably looking at 110, 120 minutes from Saka this week. That's good enough to captain him. But if you do like Salah, then of course captain him. But I think in recent weeks, there's been some really nice opportunities to go against Salah, and I think a lot of people have really gained from going against Salah. It is Leicester, though. He's obviously a great pick still, but I don't know about captaincy for this week. We've got Jack here who says, hey, mate, got 4.5 million for a defender. Do you rate Kilman, Wan-Bissaka, or someone else the most? Already have Concert, triple dot Arsenal, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you're in the same situation as a lot of people, Jack. Trying to find that defender for a bench boost, I assume. Kilman or Wan-Bissaka. I think if I'm going for a West Ham defender right now, I'm probably going for Kilman just because of the small issue Wan-Bissaka has. Wan-Bissaka apparently is going to be fine. Like, it looks positive on Wan-Bissaka, but I don't even think I'd want to take that risk on a bench boost week. So I'd probably go for Kilman there. However, is it worth a transfer? I just don't think it is. Like, I have an additional free transfer. I could move Burn to someone like Kilman, like maybe Bradley, Wan-Bissaka, of course. But I'm not sure it's worth the transfer, to be honest. So you could do. But I think, I know it sounds super obvious, but if you can't find a player or a replacement player that you're happy with, that might be an indication that maybe it's not the transfer to make. And that's probably where I'm at right now. But Yeah. Could you maybe get a? Could you get? God, you can't go up to Ruben Dias, can you, for 4.5? Yeah, tough out there. Tough out there. Yeah, I would consider a Kilman, but I don't think it's a must-have or anything like that. You can't afford Kanate either. Yeah, 4.5 is a difficult price tag there. Ant says, chasing a mini league, should I captain Salah? I think if I... How much are you chasing? You imagine that most people in all of your guys' mini leagues, at the top of the mini leagues, if you're in some tough ones, you would imagine that Marmoush and Saka are probably the two main captains. I think if you can get De Bruyne and captain him, he would be the guy I would probably captain if I was chasing. Why is that strictly true? I think Saka is good for a chaser. Marmoush is your safe captain. Saka is your risky captain. But if you really want to push it out, then you look at a De Bruyne. Salah, yeah, I mean, you could do. If you think that the guys above you in your mini league are not going to captain Salah, then yeah, you certainly could do. It doesn't. I'm not 100% comfortable with that. It just seems strange, doesn't it? I know Salah is obviously magnificent and Leicester is a fabulous fixture, but we've been waiting so long for this double game week, and there are some very good players who are doubling this week, it seems a shame to waste the opportunity, doesn't it? And it's not like this week everyone's going to be captaining the same player. There's already going to be some variation on captaincy this week. Marmoush versus Saka. But so is there really a need to go for a single game week player? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I would go there. But I can understand it. Scott says, on a bench boost, best goalkeeper, have Raya. Thanks, mate. I mean, obviously, if you can get a Martinez, that would be pretty nice. Don't think I'd go for Henderson for this week. You've got the likes of Areola against Southampton. We've got, of course, Alisson, maybe a little expensive against Leicester there as well. Outside of that, if you're on a free hit next week, then you know you can maybe afford to go for like someone like Areola. But if you're not on a free hit next week, I wonder if there's any argument for like a Jose Sa at Wolves. Nice and cheap. Good week next week as well. I think Manchester United, we're expecting them to heavily rotate this week. So we're not expecting too much from Manchester United as they focus on the Europa League rather than the Premier League. And Wolves, it keeps being pointed out to me that Wolves are like on a really good run of form right now. They're 4 wins in a row. I think it was a draw the game before that. They're on a little bit of a heater right now. So there you go. Those are some suggestions. But I've got Areola. Saberscope says, I forgot to use my triple captain last game week. Should I use it this week on Saka / Marmoush or someone else or a different game week or use my bench boost? If your bench looks really good for this week, then of course you're going to play the bench boost there. If it doesn't look so good, then you could maybe use your triple captain instead and save your bench boost for a future game week. However, I do want to, again, remind everyone that game week 36 is a potential double. We could be seeing our Marmoush with Southampton and Bournemouth. We could be seeing a Chris Wood with Leicester and West Ham. We could see, what else looks good here? I mean, Crystal Palace, Spurs and Wolves. Be pretty nice. Those are probably the best ones. I mean, Aston Villa, Bournemouth and Spurs as a double. Could be pretty nice as well. I'm not sure who you'd captain from Aston Villa, given that they do tend to rotate, so it is a bit more difficult to pick out a triple captain there. But, you know, there's going to be some nice opportunities in Game Week 36 if the Game Week 37 fixtures are moved there. So I think you can certainly consider saving the triple captain for later. Your triple captain window is far from over. You know, we've got more opportunity here. Smay says, from your last video, I have... Oh, hang on, no, I've lost it. I have 13 yes and 1 maybe. That's 14 players. You need 15 for a full squad. Get that bench boost going, man. Get that bench boost going. Looks good. Looks good. Sire Hill says, no bench boost, play Murphy or Isak. Thanks, mate. I would play Isak over Murphy, which I know sounds crazy right now, but like, come on. I know Murphy's been doing phenomenally, but we can't honestly think he is suddenly a better player than Isak, can we? Can we? I don't know, maybe we can. But no, I would find it very difficult to play Murphy ahead of Isak, regardless of recent points. I think we probably expect a return to normality at some point. But that said, Murphy is still a good pick for this week. Wouldn't feel comfortable benching him. I certainly wouldn't. But sometimes you gotta bench someone. You gotta bench someone. Addy says Saka to Rashford. What? No! No, 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 no. I would not move Saka to Rashford. No, you keep Saka 100%. People are talking about captaining Saka. I mean, I'm literally captaining Saka this week, and you want to remove him? No way, Addy. You've got to keep Saka. For minutes and form / remove Murphy. I would far prefer to remove Murphy than Saka. Come on, man. Saka's in great form. Double game week. Really nice fixtures as well. Ipswich, who concede a lot of goals. Crystal Palace, who have just conceded, what, 10 goals in the last 2 games? Crazy. I would certainly be keeping Saka. Elliot says, is it worth free hitting this week as not enough double game week players in my current team? As long as your team looks good for next week, presumably if you don't have many double game week players, that means that your team looks pretty good for game week 34. So you're not going to have to worry about, lots of blankers in game week 34. In that sense, then yeah, it could be very well worth free hitting. But if you are free hitting, I would get a move on because we've got just over 30 minutes until deadline. So it's pretty late to be leaving the free hit decision. But if your team looks good for next week and you don't have many double game week players, which should come in tandem, then certainly a free hit is on the cards this week. A lot of people will be doing it. A lot of people will be on a free hit this week. Christian says, one transfer, take out Murphy, Kusanov, or Livramento. I mean, it depends who you're going to be replacing them with. There's not really too many great Kusanov or Livramento replacements, unless you go for someone like Ruben Dias or an Arsenal defender if you haven't. But if you can replace Murphy with like a Morgan Rogers or Saka or Rashford or someone like that, then that's probably the move I'd make. Not because Murphy's the worst out of those players, but rather because you can get a really nice replacement in. So I'd say focus on the replacement player rather than who you're transferring out. Who do you really want? Because all 3 of those players are sacrificable, I suppose. You could sacrifice any one of them. Best Murphy replacement if I already have Rogers, says HP Source. Rashford? Can you do Rashford if you can afford it? If not, it's kind of tricky, isn't it? I don't think there's too many outside of Rogers. There's not too many obvious players for cheap. It might just be worth keeping Murphy, to be honest. There's nothing wrong with keeping Murphy. Absolutely nothing wrong with keeping Murphy. Even on a bench boost, I would be fine with it. I'd be happy with it. By the way, guys, I was thinking earlier, do we do a bench list today? It's not worth it, is it? Everyone's on a bench boost. Everyone seems to be on a bench boost. In fact, should we do it? We'll do another poll to see how many people are on a bench boost. Interestingly, 57% Marmoush, 35% Saka. So Marmoush is really preferred to Saka right now. De Bruyne 4%, other 4% as well. I'm gonna end the poll. We're gonna call Marmoush the winner there. Right, let's do a new poll. Are you using a chip this week? We'll put free hit. No, I'll put bench boost first. Free hit. Triple captain. And the final one is no. If you're on a wild card or no one's activating their assistant manager this week, are they? Surely. If you're on a wild card or you're activating your assistant manager or you're already on an assistant manager, you can vote no. There we have it. Beretta said, choking on my drink. Beretta here says, hey mate, what's the potential Bournemouth double game week 36? It's not great, to be fair. It would be Aston Villa and Man City away. So it's not ideal. It's not perfect. You would perhaps, if you already have a Bournemouth player, you'd of course play him for it. But I don't know if it would be worth bringing in Bournemouth players. It's not great. Should I double up on Arsenal defence with Raya or move Murphy to Rodgers? I would double up on Arsenal's defence, I think. Depends Depends who what goalkeeper you're transferring out, doesn't it? They're both really nice transfer moves. Both of them are nice. There's an argument to say do both, but I don't think I would do both. I think Raya is probably the safer play. He has the better double game week. Clean sheets look good. Murphy's, he's fine. He's absolutely fine to keep this week. Absolutely fine. Mark says, is it worth to trade Timber for Saliba? If you've got a free transfer, I would definitely consider making that move. It just gives you security for the rest of the season, including this week. Cootie says, Trippier to Livramento, Murphy to Rashford for a -4. No, I don't think so. Trippier to Livramento for a -4. Definitely wouldn't be looking to do that. I know it's probably to fund the Murphy to Rashford move, right? Can you not just go for Rodgers? I think I'd even rather go for Asensio for free than take a -4 on that one, to be honest. Kabalash says, wait, Dan, just to clarify, if double game week 36 does happen, is one of Marmoush or Wood guaranteed to have a double game week? No, you are right. If there is indeed a double game week 36, and if, let's assume, all of the game week 37 fixture clashes are moved into game week 36, which looks like a strong possibility, then one of Marmoush or Wood will have a double game week in 36. And Marmoush would have Southampton and Bournemouth, and Wood would have Leicester and West Ham. So it's a nice double for each of those teams as well. It just depends. That would depend on who wins in the FA Cup semi-final, Man City or Nottingham Forest. If Man City win their semi-final against Forest, then they would have the double game week and the blank in 37. If Forest win, they would have the double in 36 and the blank in 37. That's how it would work. So it's one or the other. One or the other. 73% of you guys on a bench boost, by the way. That is wild. That is absolutely crazy. It makes you kind of feel that, is the bench boost even an advantage if everyone's on a bench boost? Maybe not. Maybe not. Still, I'm hoping I can get some points. Would you say it's good to use Skelly as a differential even though FPL made him a midfielder? Nah. No, I don't think so. You don't get the clean sheets. His attacking returns are occasional, but really nothing special. But, that's, you don't expect anything more from a defender. If he was listed as a defender, we'd be all over Lewis Skelly, I'm sure. But Calafiori coming back soon. You never know. Some people predicting the likes of Zinchenko and Tierney to get minutes as well. Bolg says, everyone who bench boosted last week is too depressed to tune in. Maybe. I don't know. Did it really go that badly? If you were on a bench boost last week, guys, let me know how well that went. Did it go well? I have seen some low bench boost scores from last week, in fairness, but I have seen some good ones as well. Yo, I am Gucci says, I think Calafiori will get some mins at centre-back when he's back. I agree. Yeah, he probably is the biggest threat to Kivior, right? Mo Omar says, bench Areola, Murphy, Nico, and Burn. Delay bench boost or to game week 35 to 36. It's not the best bench, is it, there? It's not the best bench. You could bench boost it, but it's not perfect. I wouldn't blame you if you decided to hold off on the bench boost on that one, to be honest. Like, it's okay, but it's not special, is it? If you think you can maybe improve your bench over the next few game weeks, then certainly, yeah, it's difficult to make this decision so late, but I would definitely be having a look at future game weeks and what your bench might look like in a future game week and see if there is, you see any game weeks where you think, oh, actually, my bench is going to be a little bit stronger because you haven't got any double game week players on your bench there. So that kind of suggests to me, is there going to be a future game week where you have also 0 double game week players on your bench where it looks quite nice? Maybe. Dan Cross, 9 points on the bench boost. So the thing is, though, like, the standard is lower this year for bench boost. No big double game weeks. There's no. It's unlikely, unless you're just putting all your best players on your bench. It's unlikely you're going to get anything crazy on a bench boost, no matter what week it is this season. I think I'm not expecting. Usually you would hope for like a 20-point bench boost, right? I don't think I'm expecting that this week. I'm probably happy with 15, to be honest. The standard is just lower. The bar is lower. Is Wan-Bissaka good for bench boost? I think so, yeah. Any news on Wan-Bissaka? The news sounded positive coming from the press conference yesterday. -4 for Kovacic. No way, man. Not a chance in hell. Would not be doing that. Bolg says better than 9, which is what I got last week. Yeah, it's not ideal, but you know, if you say, okay, 15 points is kind of what you're expecting, 9 points is a 6 points difference. 9 is not that bad. I've seen people with like 3 points on a bench boost. I've seen people with like, I don't know, like Henderson, Saka, who else? Like maybe, or maybe like Verbruggen, Saka, Dunk, and some other defender. I don't know. On their bench boost. I've seen that. It's not great. So 9 points. It's kind of disappointing, isn't it? It's kind of like, you know, what is the point in a chip that gains you 9 points? Not just gains you 9 points, but like screws over like your transfer and wildcard plans. Like you have to change the way you play FPL in preparation for a bench boost, and you get 9 points. It's like, what's the point, man? What's the point? Just cancel the chip at that point. But that's kind of what more can we expect? Not too much more. Will there be Man City team news? Maybe. I hope so. Because if Savinho is benched, I am thinking about moving him to Rodgers for my second free transfer. I'm thinking about it. KDB or Saka? I'm Team Saka, but I am an Arsenal fan. So maybe that's cheating. Saka starting news. I don't think we'll get. Will we get that news? And we'll see if there's any murmurs. But this, if it's not a game immediately after deadline, it's very rare we get anything. So if Saka is going to start on Sunday, it's unlikely we'll find out anything today, even after deadline, to be honest. Doesn't look like we have any team leaks right now. Yeah, we got nothing right now, unfortunately. Saka is a trap. There's so much Saka hate. It's unreal. So much Saka hate. I can't wait for him to prove everyone wrong. I cannot wait. Right. We have got a super chat from FPL Victoria's Secret that says, on a bench boost 33, want to do Murphy to Rodgers. Should I sell Isak to Wissa or want to try and fund it? Isak to Wissa or rather sell Foden to Rashford and Bowen/Bowen? And I think I would sell Foden, yeah. I would sell Foden. Isak's fine to keep. Even in the tough fixtures later in the season, he's fine to keep. Yeah, Foden's, I think, has got to go. Unless we get a leak that Foden is starting today, which I don't think is going to happen. He would be the guy I'd sell. To Rashford and Bowen. Pick your favourite. Mads here says, sells to Martinez on a bench boost. I don't think so. I think Sells is a good goalkeeper to have for the rest of the season now. I would definitely make a case for just bench boosting Sells. But if you do want to get that extra double game week player, of course, Martinez has a chance of a double game week later on in the season as well. So could be worthwhile. Cyabonga, thank you very much for the super sticker. No chat attached, though. I'll keep an eye on the chat for you, though. Oh, maybe the message was retracted. Eunice says, Pope Murphy, Constant, and Milinkovic are in my bench. How about bench boost? Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I'd maybe bench boost that. You've got one double game week player at least. Not bad. Oh, yeah. Unless you think you're going to have a better team at a later stage, then yeah, I would bench boost that. Anthony says, would you bench boost Constant, Murphy, Williams, Pope? Similar. I think, again, yeah, I would look at future game weeks, what my bench might look like in a future game week. And if it looks better in a future game week, then I would bench boost then instead. But it's probably not going to get too much better than that with constant double game week, right? Oh, we have a visitor. We have a visitor. Shall we have a look and see who it is? It is co-host Milton. Here he is in the flesh, or in the fur, should we say? Hey, hello. You're struggling a bit, my friend. Is this uncomfortable? I'm sitting you like a baby. All right, you can sit on my lap. He's on the lap. Or we can put him here. You want to sit here? Come on in. Oh wait, we can't even see you. Milton, we can't see you. I'll just move the camera. There we go. We got the important things on screen, at least. We got the important things. Okay, buddy. A very good boy he is. My best friend in the world, aren't you? Yes. Right, another super chat here. -4 for Martinez. I don't think I'd take a Martinez. Martinez? A -4 for Martinez. No. I don't think I would. I'll just stick with what you've got. Any leaks? Yeah, still no leaks, guys. I mean, give it another 5 minutes and we might be looking at a few leaks. How old is he? He is... How old are you, Milton? You 5 this year, aren't you? Yeah, he's going to be 5 next month. So he is, of course, he is still my baby. But he's getting a bit of a big boy, aren't you? We need Milton every stream. Well, sometimes he... Well, to be fair, usually I have the door shut, but because my darling wife is at work today, I thought we'd leave the door open today. Because I've got no one to disturb other than you. Have I been disturbing you? Have I been too loud and disrupting your lovely sleep? Where's your collar? Where is your collar, young man? Have you lost it? Where did you put it? You lost your collar, haven't you? That is a mystery, isn't it, young man? A mystery indeed. I don't know where his collar is. Right, I think we've had enough of you now, young man. Actually, we can never have enough of you. No. But the people did not tune in to see me fussing over a cat. And I know a lot of people maybe don't like cats, perhaps. But big up Milton. We love him. He's a good boy. He's a very, very good boy. But we need to focus on FPL. I'm sorry, my friend. You can have lots of love and attention in 15 minutes. Is Milton's fantasy team doing better than yours this year? He doesn't have one, but if he did, it probably would be better. Let's be real. Let's be real. My cat did the same. Didn't find it for months. I know where it's going to be, like on a roof somewhere. Like sometimes I'll look out, like there's some like roofs that you can see from my window, and like inevitably there's always like 3 collars, like of his old collars, on a roof somewhere. Cats just love roofs and losing their collars. Oh, there we go. Marmouche, triple captain or no? Definitely worth considering, yeah. Oh, I missed your other super chat. I'm so sorry. Sami says, sorry, 14 yes, 1 maybe, and Saka will make up more points. You've got to bench boost that, my friend. You've got to do it. All right, let's catch up on super chats. Akshan says, Murphy or Semenyo to Rodgers. I mean, assuming you're free hitting next week, then maybe the answer is Murphy, because you can always bring Murphy back in on your free hit team. And Semenyo has a chance of a double later on in the season, so it might be worth holding on to him for later on. Sabaro says, down the man, Isak to Watkins for a -4. Definitely not. Definitely not. I'm really not convinced by Watkins' minutes this game week. I'm really not convinced by them. I could be totally wrong. Aston Villa are proving very, very difficult to predict right now. But I wouldn't be taking a -4 for Watkins. Certainly not. All right, FPL Victoria's Secret. What you got for me? Would you do Burn or Agbadu to Wan-Bissaka / Kilman for a -4 on a bench boost? I don't think so. I don't think I would take a -4 for a defender generally. I think. I mean, what are you expecting? Like, what's like the best defenders people are talking about buying is like a I don't know, a Bradley or a Kilman or a Wan-Bissaka. Like, say they do get 6 points in a best case scenario that they get you your clean sheet. Maybe not best case scenario because you've got bonus and attacking returns, but let's put a realistic scenario. They get 6 points, fantastic. But you took a -4 to remove a defender who got 2 points. You haven't really gained anything. Particularly in the case of like a Connor Bradley, where he's useful for just one game week only. It's just not worth a transfer, is it? Well, it's not worth a -4. Sorry, is what I mean. So yeah, defenders, goalkeepers, I just cannot see much justification in taking -4s there. It might be forcing it a little bit. Miltinho captain option. He is captainable this week, to be fair. What about Livramento to Ruben from -4? Okay, so yeah, if we're talking Man City or Arsenal defenders, I think that's a little bit of a different scenario because I think we all appreciate that these are genuinely really nice options. But if you're talking about taking -4s for just other single game week defenders, then I don't know. I think it's difficult to justify for -4s. I wouldn't. No, to clarify, I wouldn't take a -4 for a defender unless maybe Gvardiol, Saliba, maybe Ruben Dias as well, because you feel that could pay you back in future game weeks as well as this week. Like Man City's fixtures are really quite nice, and the potential double in 36 as well. Cruzy says hold Glasner or -4 for Arteta. I think most of the top managers with Glasner assistant manager will be keeping Glasner as their assistant manager. But there is an argument to move. It's the table bonus, isn't it, against Arsenal? You know, even if Palace can get a draw against Arsenal, that's nice table bonus, isn't it? Crystal Palace don't have. Let me just check this. They don't have table bonus against Bournemouth, do they? No. 1, 2, 3, 4 places different. No, they do not. So you're not going to get table bonus for Crystal Palace against Bournemouth, but you would against Arsenal. Would I take a -4 for that? I don't think I would personally, but I definitely understand. Definitely understand. Maybe I would. Would I? I think I'd want to be tripled up on Arsenal anyway. If you're already, you should be tripled up on Arsenal. And if you're not tripled up on Arsenal, then and Arteta's the only way you are going to have 3 Arsenal players, then I guess you do it, don't you? You can't not triple up on Arsenal this game week, surely. Murphy out for KDB. Hey, if you can afford it. If you can afford it, why not? Why not? I would do that, yeah, for sure. If I could afford that move, I would make it. Duncan says Palace not rotate though with FA Cup. The problem is they don't really have much to rotate with. I think there could be a bit of rotation in the second game ahead of the FA Cup, but they're not in the same position as like an Aston Villa or an Arsenal or even Man City, where they just have so many players that they can just rotate them around. So I think some players are risky for the second game, but even that, they're more likely to play than not. Are you keeping Burn? I am. I am keeping Burn. Is Digne worth a keep? I don't think he's worth transferring out, no. We kind of just got to hope for the best on that one, I think. To be fair, a lot of Aston Villa fans were predicting Digne to start the first game. All right, let's see if we've got any team leaks then, shall we? Got anything? Surely someone's got something for us. Maybe not. Yeah, no leaks quite yet, guys. But 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. Marino or Saka captain? I'd definitely go Saka captain over Marino. Free hit or wild card? If you have both, interesting. I mean, you could free hit. That's such a difficult question. With 9 minutes till deadline, you can't be only deciding now whether to use a free hit or wild card, surely. Surely not. Why is Isak on the bench? Is he not my 8th best attacker in this squad? No. I'm on a bench boost, so it doesn't matter too much. But I feel like, I hope I've got my worst 4 players on the bench. I think if I wasn't, yeah, if I wasn't on a bench boost, that's the 11 I would be starting with. Yeah, but yeah, obviously Isak is fantastic, which is why I'm on a bench boost. Isak out from Mateta? I don't think so. I don't think that's worth a transfer. Dan, you're making me doubt my Marmoush captaincy choice. Should I do Saka? I mean, if my season is anything to go by, I certainly wouldn't be following me down any FPL decisions. I'm more than happy to give my opinion and share some data and some facts and stuff like that. But luck has not been on my side this season. Rashford or Rodgers? I would say Rashford if you're brave, Rodgers if you're not. Pretty much as simple as that, I think. It just depends on your appetite for risk. Because Rashford is a little riskier. And I say a little, it's not that much riskier for minutes than Rodgers, to be fair. But he is riskier for minutes when compared to Rodgers. I think the upside is maybe there, though. There's a little bit of upside there. Concerned about Saka's minutes? Not really. Not really. Double game week. He'll get more than 90 minutes, which is more than we have been able to say about him for the last 3 game weeks, right? Yeah, lots of people talking about taking hits for defenders. I'm just not feeling it. Unless the defender's name is Saliba, Gvardiol, or Ruben Dias, I just cannot see a reason to take a -4 on a defender. I cannot see it. Of course, yes, technically it could work out. But what are the chances, really? Doesn't seem worth the risk to me. And that's coming from someone who likes a risk. Cruzy says, chasing mini league in 3rd, Captain Marmoush, Saka or Mateta. I wouldn't Captain Mateta. And play Murphy or risk a Cliver at start. I think you got to play Murphy rather than risk. I think Cliver, yeah, he's going to be back in the squad most likely. But I don't know if he starts necessarily. I would play Murphy. And I would, if you want to take a bit of a risk, I would Captain Saka. Marmoush will be slightly more popular than Saka in your mini leagues this week. There won't be a huge amount in it, but if you're trying to get like second guess what are your mini league rivals going to be doing, it is more likely to be Marmoush captain than Saka. Just about. Matt says Areola, Livramento, Murphy and Consa bench boost. Yeah, that's a bench boost. Francisco says triple captain Saka or just regular captain on Marmoush. Honestly, if I had my triple captain right now, I would be holding onto it for a future week. I would not be using it. That's my opinion. I would be holding out and hoping for Marmoush game week 36. That's what I'd be hoping for. Or you never know, maybe even Haaland back by that point. It's unlikely, but hey, if Haaland is back at game week 36, to have him against, what is it, Southampton and Bournemouth? Yeah, I think that's right. It's really nice. It's really, really nice. Thoughts on Livramento to Wan-Bissaka or roll the transfer? There's an argument to do that. There's definitely an argument to do that. I think I would probably roll personally, but who knows? Martinius says keep Burn or Livramento. I think I'd rather keep Livramento than Burn. Bring back Milton? Come on. We can't be bringing him back. He was taking over the show. He was stealing the show. Absolutely stealing the show. Rashford or Rodgers? I like Rashford, but Rodgers is safer. Rashford or Savinho? Prefer Rashford again. Someone else saying Savinho or Rashford? It's Rashford for me. Team Rashford, rise up. Any City news? No, but I'm keeping an eye out. Or certainly nothing from any sources I trust. There's a couple of chances out there, but nothing from anyone I trust. High down by one of Ruben Dias or Kanate. I'll go Ruben. Is Kusanov going to play? I'm not convinced. Akanji's back in. Has been back in training for the last week as well. Any Arsenal news? No. Arsenal play tomorrow, so it's going to be impossible, near impossible to get news about Arsenal tomorrow. Play on Burma or Isak? Good question. I think Isak. Love the Canaries top. Yeah, I like. This is a really cool football shirt, man. Will we have another double game week? Maybe in game week 36. Maybe. But not guaranteed. So Saka over Marmoush this week. I'm captaining Saka. And to be fair, like as terrible as some of my 50-50 decisions have been this season, I don't think I've been too bad on captaincy this year. You know, I've been pretty negative about my season over the last couple of weeks in like team selection videos. But I think I've done quite well on captains, I think. Quite well. I know it's just been a lot of the time just captain Salah every week, but the times I have gone against Salah, it seems to have worked out okay. Last season, my captaincy was really bad, though. That's something I tried to improve this year. But yeah, I'm on Saka. I have a little bit more risk appetite than average, perhaps. And some of you guys will be the same as me. But if you want to play it safe, Marmoush is the guy. Have you seen the Going Against Salah website? Yeah, Dan, I have. I'm up on it. I'm up. Which is crazy. So I think, and that's what kind of made me think, oh, maybe my captaincy has been kind of good this season. Because I'm up on that. Somehow. Evan Nilsson or Savinho. You got to back the potential of a double game week on Savinho. Still got no team news, guys. I've got no team news. We're like 1 minute till deadline, by the way. My timer is slightly off because you guys are going to have a different time to me. Let's go deadline. Like, but yeah, the time you see on screen, guys, there's less time than that. It's like 1 minute off. I'm going to change it to 1 minute to make you guys panic a little bit more. Actually, that should be bang on now. That should be perfect now. Yeah, so be aware, guys. I know you guys are making final decisions right now. You need to lock them in. You need to get on the FPL app, website, whatever, and get these final decisions locked in. I'm just going to refresh my page just to make sure everything is how I want it to be. There's no leaks. Somehow, no leaks. Saka captain, Marmoush, Vice, got the bench in order, everything looking good. We just got to run it now. We just got to run it now, guys. Because the deadline is going to pass in 15 seconds. De Bruyne and Savinho start. There we go. A leak. Super last minute, but De Bruyne and Savinho start. There you go. We did get a leak. It's like so close to deadline. That is almost unfair how close that is to deadline. But yes, De Bruyne and Savinho start. Good news on Savinho. Good news there. And guys, that is the deadline. Game week 33 is upon us. No more decisions to be made. Here we go. Here we go. How exciting. I do love a double game week. I do love a chip. I do love a bench boost. Let's see what happens. Jack says, no, Savinho. What's wrong with that? Did you sell him? Did anyone sell Savinho? Or you may be thinking about buying him. To be fair, Savinho starting this game doesn't necessarily mean he's going to start in the second game. Necessarily. Good chance, though, right? A good chance. There we have it. Akan says, them two starting is bad for me. Yeah, I guess if you don't have either of them, then that's not going to be ideal. But, yeah, let's just hope that whatever Man City players you have outscore the other ones. I have a feeling Kusanov starts 2 of 2. I don't think so. I don't think so. Jack says, waited too long. Great stream. Has it been a long week in terms of FPL? Has it been a long week waiting for with excitement for the new game week? What would you be happy with on a bench boost? I used mine last week, 22 points. 22 points I'd be very happy with, yeah. If I got 22 points somehow, I'd be very pleased with that. I think if you're talking, like, actually happy, like a smile on my face, then we're talking 20 points. But I don't think I'd be super disappointed by somewhere between 15 and 20 points. Have we got any other leaks? Just KDB and Savinho is all I can see. Joe says, last minute, Isak to Evan Nilsson and Savinho to KDB. Ooh. Did anyone else make any last minute moves? And how are you feeling about them as well? We've had an Arsenal masterclass and a legendary United comeback. Definitely feels like ages since I thought of FPL. I think it's that the European football this week has really, really helped pass the time this week, for sure. It's really helped pass the time. It feels like we haven't really missed football in many ways. Alex captain Marino last minute. Wow, bold, bold. Crab says, I'm keeping Fanenge. Totally fair enough. And Mark says, I like the stream, lads. Hey, if you want to, it's always appreciated. Always appreciated. What else have we got here? Any other interesting last-minute moves that you guys made? Bolg says, yep, Murphy to Marino with Isak bench was my last-minute move. James says, leave the likes all. The man Dan makes my FPL weeks so much better. I'm so glad to hear it, James. Thank you so much. Tommy says, change captaincy from Marmoush to Saka last minute. Bold, bold. I wish you the best of luck. I truly, truly do. Kabalash says, it's also because we had the 5-0 Newcastle midweek. Yeah, true, true. Music Kiwi says, bruh, I panicked last minute. What did you do, Music Kiwi? What did you do? Zuhair says, hi from Malaysia. And hello back to Malaysia from the United Kingdom. Duncan says, credit to Arsenal, you guys killed Madrid. Crazy, man, crazy. So good. So good. Sporting Future said, Rashford to Murphy. Rashford to Murphy? Not Murphy to Rashford. Holy smokes. Joel says, I switched Saka to Marmoush. Oh, so lots of people switching the other way as well. Those last-minute captaincy switches. To be fair, usually people start off with a bold captain and then gradually get a little bit safer as we approach deadline and people bottle it, don't they? Oh, Murphy to Rashford. Okay, yeah. I like that. I like that move. Murphy to Bowen. Interesting. Accepting a red arrow, no chip and captain Saka. I think, yeah, I was kind of like that last week, to be fair. When I realized how many people were using chips last week, I kind of just had to accept, yeah, I'm getting a red arrow. I'm getting a red arrow this week. Free hit active now. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I'll put out a video tomorrow of my first free hit draft. Probably tomorrow. I'll watch the games today first, and then I'll work on that overnight. Any news about Wan-Bissaka starting? No. Blessed Easter Day, and blessed Easter Day to you as well, Wenji Yo. In fact, happy Easter to everyone who is celebrating. I'll be celebrating by eating a lot of chocolate eggs. Yes. Me and my wife earlier this week just bought ourselves a load of Easter eggs. Like, obviously, we're adults. We don't receive Easter eggs as gifts anymore. So we just decided, let's just buy ourselves some Easter eggs. I think we got 4. I'll just gobble them down over the next couple of days. Captain Saka, how many minutes do you think he'll get? Like 110, 120. Probably more like 110. Even 100 you'd be happy with. I've got no news on Wan-Bissaka. No. I mean, we will get the news in the next, 9 minutes? Unless there's anything that's leaked out now. We've got to wait. We've got to wait till the to get the team news. Thanks for the guidance, Dan. Much appreciated. You're welcome, Rajan. You are perfectly welcome, my friend. It is my pleasure and my honour. How long till deadline? Deadline's passed, Kelsey. The deadline passed 6 minutes ago. How long to the next deadline? Well, that's a different question. 6 days and 22 hours. Something like that. Something like that. Esto's here. Hi, 12 double game week players. Will be disappointing if I don't get a lot over average point score. You got to hope for it, haven't you, if you're on a bench boost? Thoughts on the Merino captain? It's interesting. It's interesting. I think there's maybe a chance he plays in midfield for one of the games, potentially. Because obviously Arsenal are going to go into the Champions League first leg against PSG with no Merino. Sorry, not no Marino, with no Party. Jorginho's still unavailable. Does that suggest Merino moves into midfield? I mean, some people saying Lewis Skelly could maybe play midfield, which could happen too. But could Merino move into midfield and Trossard go up front? And if so, is there going to be some... Well, that'll kind of... Will they go with a similar system in the second game of Gameweek 33 to practice for that one, I guess? Reese Grafton, thank you very much for becoming a member of the channel. Appreciate that. We don't get too many new members. I swear, like, all of the members of the channel have been members for ages. We don't get many new members. I should probably advertise it more. The thing is, you don't really get anything for being a member other than, like, I see your name more in the chat and can answer you. But that is going to change next year. We're going to put in more member benefits next year, which I'm looking forward to implementing. Pretzel Easter egg. Blimey. What is that? What is that even? Right, I need to Google this. What's a pretzel Easter egg? How does that even work? Is it an Easter egg with pretzels in it like that? It's not even an egg, is it? I don't even understand what a pretzel Easter egg is. Am I missing something? Duncan says, shut up, Dan. I'm special. You are special, Duncan. It's one of my 3 channel members. 4 now that Reese has joined. Reese is Captain Raya. No way. For real. Sold Sarta Barnes up the tune. That is nuts. That is craziness. M&S pretzel is Easter egg. Oh wait, M&S. Is it this? Pretzel party. That's not an Easter egg. What is it? Is this what I'm looking for? I don't even really understand what I'm looking at here. It's just a jumbled mess of pretzel and chocolate and mini eggs. I don't even know what I'm looking at right here. Bought Easter eggs, but had an urgent dentist visit today, so not sure if I'll be able to enjoy the Easter eggs. May have to wait until tomorrow. Imagine ruining Easter eggs. Is this a ruined Easter egg? Is this like a deconstructed Easter egg? Is that what we're going for? Might be co-op. All right. Pretzel Easter egg co-op. Is it this? £4. That's a bargain, depending on the size. How big is it? 200 grams. I don't even know how much. I don't even know how heavy that is. It looks tasty, man. But I don't really understand why it's a what has pretzels got to do with anything? Why is it called pretzel Easter egg? I don't get it. Where are the pretzels? That's nothing to do with pretzels. It's just an ad. Where are the pretzels in all of this? Are they inside the egg? It's got pretzel bits inside the shell itself. Pretzel bits? What do you mean? What's a pretzel made out of? What is a pretzel made out of? Flour, water, yeast, and salt. So you say you got pretzel bits in it. My question is, if it's just a bit of a pretzel, is it really a pretzel? I feel like the defining quality of the pretzel is the shape of the pretzel. If it's a pretzel bit, then is it just a bit of like baked dough? So it's got bits of baked dough in it. Because if it's not a pretzel shape, how can you call it a pretzel? It's just an Easter egg with bits of dough in it. Doesn't make sense. Savory, crunchy pretzels are in the shell. By the way, this is something I cannot get behind at all. Why people feel the need to add savory flavors to chocolate is quite frankly beyond me. It's sinful, quite frankly. Chocolate should be nice and sweet and chocolatey. You know, it's like the salted caramel. I think salt and chocolate or any kind of dessert, just no. Just no. It's not on, is it? It's ridiculous. Like, you don't say, oh, I might put some, like, sugar on my fish and chips. Of course you don't. That would be stupid. But putting what should be on the fish and chips on your chocolate, weird. They put salt in everything. I mean, yeah, maybe a little bit, but I don't want salted caramel. I don't want savory pretzel bits in my chocolate. Disgusting. Maybe I'm judging. I mean, I haven't tried one, so maybe I'm wrong. Max Pikes, oh, thank you very much. Another member of the channel, Max. I can't believe it. 2 members. You know, I maybe am stitching myself up here by never mentioning membership on the channel. But yes, guys, you can join as a member if you'd like to. There are very few benefits. Very few benefits. So probably not worth it. This is a terrible sales pitch, but I do appreciate you guys, and it does genuinely help support the channel, those who are members. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Yeah, feel free to join as a member if you'd like to. If not, that's also fine. Right, I think it is almost time to find some team news. Yes, we're going to get team sheets in like a minute. So let's get on Twitter. and go. Try and find a notification from the Premier League, or wait for the notification from the Premier League to appear, if it does ever appear. Who knows? Yeah, KDB and Savinho have been confirmed starters. I don't know about anyone else. Actually, let's for the sake of actually, we got the notification. It just came up on my phone. Right, let's go. Right, here we go. Marmouche starts. Is Ortega in goal? Diaz Cavadio, of course. No. Oh, we've got Gundogan there as well. Savinho, of course, we mentioned before. Bernardo starts. Kovacic on the bench alongside Grealish, Doku, Akanji, Kusanov. Foden is on the bench as well. Lewis as well. Interesting. So, yeah, there's a couple of rotations. But I think the main guys that people have been buying in are playing. I know some people have been buying Kovacic this week for some reason. But yeah, Marmouche, Savinho, De Bruyne, Diaz, Gavadio, all in. Word on the street is Wan-Bissaka not starting. Let's go there. Ooh, not even in the squad. Oh, it sounded positive. The press conference sounded positive on him. That surprises me. No Wan-Bissaka, like at all. So Fowler and Emerson. Areola starts, good for the bench boost. Bowen, of course, starting there on the wing with Fulkrug. Damn, that's frustrating for bench boosters. That's really frustrating. It's just unlucky, man. It's just unlucky. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, West Ham will probably concede anyway. And it'll be like 2 points lost. Maybe even 1. Bournemouth. Kluivert starts. Hey, I'm not sure I expected that. But yeah, Kluivert starts. Anything else interesting here? All the usual suspects are starting aside from him. Nothing too crazy there. And we've got Crystal Palace here. One change. What is the change? That looks pretty full strength. What is the change here? Maybe a centre mid. Wow, yeah, strong lineup from Crystal Palace. Looking to get back to winning ways, perhaps. But yeah, Sarr, Eza, Mateta, Munoz, Henderson, all of the big boys. Oh, Mark Gay, yes. Wait. Did Mark Gay not start the last game? Did he not? Decore. Don't know. Right, done Man City. Is that all of the games? We got any more? Gay got a red. Yeah, that was for the first game, not the second game, wasn't it? No, he got red or was suspended. I thought he was suspended for the first game. Did I make that up? Oh, maybe I'm losing my mind. To be fair, I was watching the Arsenal game, so I didn't even look at the lineups or anything for that. I was too invested in Arsenal versus Real Madrid to know what happened in that second game. Right, let's have a look at some of these other teams, guys. So, Evertonians lining up with Pickford, O'Brien, Tarkowski, Branthwaite, Mikalenko, Garner. 2 Garners, Garner and Garner. Decore, Harrison and Dye, Ambrosia. So, Beto is on the bench again. McNeil is back on the bench. But nothing too interesting there. Evan Nilsson's starting. Yeah, Evan Nilsson was starting. Yeah, Evan Nilsson's starting for Bournemouth. Brighton, Verbruggen, Dunk, Joao Pedro, Mintel, Welbeck, Baleba, Vifer, Van Hecker, Estupinian, O'Reilly, and Hinchelwood. Who's dropped to the bench? That Mitoma is on the bench. Damn. Anything else interesting in the Brighton lineup? Not really. For Brentford, a front three of Sharda, Wissa, and Burmo. Coyote plays at right back. Collins, Vandenberg, and Lewis Potter join him in defence. Flecken in goal, of course. Norgard, Yarmaluik, and Damsgaard in midfield. And I believe that's everyone, isn't it? Kabalash senses a Brighton player hauling. Hey, you never know. You never know. Could happen. Man, all right. Lots of football. Lots of football to be had. Who's the City keeper? Ortega Moreno. Dan Cross. You were right, Dan. Just check Wharton in for Lerma as the change. Ah. No, you're good. You're good. I mean, to be fair, I was guessing because I didn't even look at the lineup for that game. I just assumed that Gahey was suspended for the first game. I thought he was. Thought he was. Trump and King. Sorry, mate. I don't really respond to Instagram DMs, to be honest. I don't really respond to DMs generally, to be fair. I think it would just be a floodgate I don't really want to open. Like, I know it sounds harsh. I always try and do my best to reply to, if I'm not busy, I'll try and reply to, like, comments on YouTube videos and on Twitter as well if I have time, but I don't, it's a difficult precedent to set. In a game like FPL, you know, you do get a lot of DMs asking for, like, people to deconstruct your entire team and, like, plan out the rest of the season for you. It would be lovely if I was able to do that for everyone, but it's just not the time. Arsenal play tomorrow. Show us your team. Sure. Do you reckon Southampton score? I hope not. I hope Southampton don't score, but it's probably more likely than not. But, you know, it's a good chance they don't. Or a decent chance. A decent chance. Right. Bajil says Captain Marino super nervous now. Azania triple captain De Bruyne. Interesting. Bed something. Is that a joke? Beju? I don't know. Captain Salah watched Saka get 1 goal, 1 assist versus these two games. To be fair, Salah could do more than that in one game. Where did you use your transfers? I see Burn is still there. I used one transfer on Trippier to Gavardio. And I've kept the other transfer for the future. When we get information on the double game weeks and stuff, which I hope will be, well, it's got to be by the game week 35 deadline. Then I'll have 2 transfers to spend there and trying to figure out what to do. I can't believe you tripped on what could have been a nice shout out, mate. Eh? What did I do? What did I trip on? Has deadline passed? Yes, my friend. Passed 23 minutes ago. You look knackered. Are you hungover? A bit, mate. Yeah, a bit. A little bit. It's starting to hit me more, I can't lie. But I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch some football. I may even sit in bed and watch the football on my laptop, to be honest. And then if I fall asleep because it's boring, then that's life. That's life. Have you ever thought about a watch along stream? I thought about it. I think the problem is, like, with FPL content, like, I'm doing, like, FPL stuff non-stop. Like, even, you know, there is literally not a day off at all. Like, even Saturdays, it's kind of my one day where, like, I do the deadline stream, usually in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon. And then I just get to kind of chill for a bit and not have to worry about, like, work, if you can even call it that. So that's the reason why I don't really do watch-along streams, is because it's kind of nice to just switch off, enjoy the football, enjoy FPL as a fan rather than a content creator for a little bit, and then back on the graft on the Sundays most usually. What's your goal for the end of the season? Are there any other content creators you're looking to beat? I mean, not really. Comparison is the thief of joy. But like, I'd like to beat Sim. Like, of course. Captain KDV starts. I'm so winning FPL this week. Good luck, Matt. Good luck. Actually, bad luck. I don't want KDB to haul. I don't want him to blank. I want him to sub off with a yellow card at 57 minutes. No attacking returns. Oh dear. Right, guys. I think we're going to call it there. We are going to call it there. Apologies, we didn't start streaming a little bit earlier today. I would have liked to, ideally. You must be miles ahead of him, right? No, well, Sim, I was at one point, but he's been on a bit of a heater recently. He's doing quite well. And I'm not. But maybe this bench boost can fix that. Yeah, he's even catching up on the differential of the week table. Crazy. But yeah, guys, I'm calling it there. Thank you. Oh my word, I almost spilled my drink. Crazy. Calling it there. Enjoy the football. Have some fun with it. Yeah. Fingers crossed it's a good one. We could do with a nice game week. I want to see 100 pointers. I want to see you guys with 100 pointers. But I want to see myself with 150 points. Turn around my whole season into the top 10k in just 1 week. They said it couldn't be done. But Savinho and Rashford are going to deliver the goods. The differential guys. Saka captain. God, man. Let's hope for the best. But guys, thank you for joining me. Enjoy the football. Good luck this week. And I will see you tomorrow for my free hit team. Or at least the first draft of my free hit team. There you go. Thanks, guys. See you later.